So this is Dan, or this is Jeremy of the Quartering talking about, well, this might be the end of Rick and Morty, man. Pretty much, yeah, if there are episodes of Rick and Morty you haven't seen that are on Hulu, watch them now, man. Buy them now, download them now, because it ain't going to be there anymore. I'm willing to bet that this is the end. This is the death. This is what happens, man, when you stand up and you wave your virtuous flag. You know, it gives you a moment where everybody gives you that attaboy pat you on the back, but then what happens is all of a sudden the virtuous flag that you use to justify, support, enable whatever degree you took part in any way, shape, or form in destroying an individual's life commercially because they said the wrong words at the wrong time, made the wrong jokes. Well, you've created that environment where now everybody's out looking for it. So anybody, especially someone like this guy, Dan Harmon, man, he decided, as of late, he's decided to kind of pick up the whole SJW righteous card, which is very disappointing, man. Very disappointing. SJW is a total social construct. It's based on total social construct. It's right about recognizing social constructs, but it somehow thinks that it's not a social construct. But anyway, be that as it may, this looks really bad. So let's listen to Jeremy for a little bit here. Jeremy, what you got to say?
Below that, I'm defending him. I am not. But it raises the question. It's a slippery slope. Look, if I post a Pepe meme and that doesn't make me a Nazi, then making jokes about even the most heinous of things does not make you that thing. I've told racist jokes in my life.
Okay, so no, I did see the video, and no, I'm not going to I'm not doing it, man. I'm not playing the video, not doing that game. So it ain't going to happen, kids. Sorry. But I did, I replayed the video. I played the video, and then it was only just a censored version. Apparently a censored version, I don't know. But there's tasteless jokes that you're supposed to go way, way beyond the pale, and then there's this. And the thing is that there was some work put into this, and there was like a crew involved in this. So it wasn't just him. So there was like a few people that were, as they're doing this, they're like, yeah, this is a good idea, man. This is funny. Let's do this, man. Let's do. It's like, no, it's too. No. Sorry, man. 2 grim. There's some places that people just don't want to go, and I kind of don't blame them. You know, kind of in any way, shape, or form suggesting that raping a baby is funny. It should be treated in some sort of comedic way. I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems like an area you want to stay away from. And if you did, like, you would kind of venture there, like maybe just take like a really vague kind of gentle swipe. Like if somebody put like 2 + 2 + 5 + 7, then maybe possibly that. But this was like, it was like right in your face, and like you see a video of the guy actually like getting on top of a doll, but a very lifelike looking doll. But anyway, it's creepy. So he's done. He's a big old forked in guy, hoisted on his own petard, as it were. So, this is what happens. Do I think that this is a guy that should be gone for doing this? I don't think so. I'm not saying it's cool what he did, and I'm not defending this thing that he did. I suspect, I really strongly suspect, I don't think this means, it's a Pizzagate, it's real, and I think probably this is more like, people that, they probably lived in some sort of comedic crucible, and it was always, it's like the aristocrats thing. that the comedians do, where they try to come up with the worstest, awfulest. I mean, horror. Actually, even worse than what he was doing there, what he was visualizing there, is like, it's kind of like that. It's like kind of like the Aristocats. So maybe this was like a version of the Aristocrats. I mean, if you found out it was a version of the Aristocrats, that I also might give it. So, especially if you found out it was never intended for any other purpose other than, among comedians, which I could totally see happening. But I don't know. Anyway, at any rate, no, I don't think this guy should lose his career and everything should be up in smoke because of this inappropriate video. I mean, the guy should suffer some social shaming and maybe, have some degree of hurt in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what society would want from him or what business might want. I don't know. I don't think business has any real reason to go after him for this. It's not like, I mean, and I would say, if he was doing a show that was kind of marginally successful, I mean, he'd probably be like, yeah, man, let's just get out of this thing. But I mean, this is Rick and Morty. It's pretty successful. So yeah, I would hold on to Rick and Morty. I'd say, no, man, I ain't doing it. I ain't giving in to the pressure. I ain't firing this guy. I ain't doing it. But I doubt that, they will do that. I doubt that they'll hold on to this guy. What they're going to soon learn is you're only going to be able to hold on to the very careful. Yeah, the very careful. So the very careful, these are they're just as manipulative and whatever as anybody else. They're no better, no worse. Although maybe worse, really. But they're just much, much better at concealing themselves in settings in which could later come back to haunt them. So these are the kinds of individuals that you pick for your companies, and you start to design products with these kinds of idiots being the product designers, and then the producers, the content producers. Oh gosh, it's going to be a fuck fest of shit. It's going to be garbage. It's going to be like, I was talking to my daughter the other day, and it'll just be, like when you see, like, I'm a Christian. Okay. So I'm rooting for the whole, yeah, go Christians, man, more Christians, be a Christian, that kind of team. So it bothers me because Christian films are very rarely, rise above oh, look, I'm a Christian film. Look at me. I'm using cool references to share the gospel. Every once in a while you see a film that like truly transcends that. You don't need to be a Christian to appreciate the film, even though it is a strong Christian focused film from a Christian perspective. And so, like, sometimes you see some SJW stuff is thrown in, and it's like, whatever. And it's like it's thrown in here and there, and okay, great, you got to do your little thing, get your little bonus and your bona fides, and look, it's like when BoJack Horseman decides to do their hey, let's do a show on abortion in which we just do everything we can to make it seem not only like it's normal but like it's fun. I hate that episode. That episode, by the way. I mean, BoJack Horseman, I can clearly see is written by people who are primarily SJW kind of, whatever folks, whatever that terminology means. But still, it's still fucking hilarious. It's comedy gold. It's wonderful. Strange. A lot of archetypal images at play here. It's kind of like Tennessee Williams play meets like a Bret Easton Ellis novel, it's like that. It's kind of like that. And so most of the time, the SJW stuff, it's kind of there, and it's like, yeah, well, I don't know, but it's still hilarious. It's still lots of great lines, lots of other reasons to enjoy watching the show. It gives me plenty of reasons. It's not just feeding me SJW crapola, and SJW is always at crapola for the most part to me, but. When you start to wheedle out the people who are maybe a little bit deviant in their thoughts, divergent in their thoughts, maybe they have some colored history, some inappropriatenesses, maybe they've gone beyond the pale a few times in their lives, those kind of people, man, they're gone. So you're not going to get the risk takers. You're not going to get the people testing the edge, testing the boundaries of decency. You're going to get something which is very homogenized, like Christian movies. It's going to be like SJW movies. It's going to be terrible. SJW songs. Oh gosh, you're in for a total sucking of everything that this culture permeates to the degree that it truly can wreck lives. That and it's so powerful that it can even wreck lives among its own, because it catches its own up in its powerful narrative that it helped create. I will say that it reinvigorated, because I think it's been used in various times, various places, and various historical contexts. Let's listen to a little bit more here, and then we're done.
But I'm not a racist. And I've told sexist jokes in my life, but I'm not a sexist. I think it's hard to apply that same level of thinking when you're talking about, honestly, probably some of the worst shit ever. I don't find these kind of jokes funny.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this video. It's like, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's you should just watch it for yourselves. I'm not interested in sharing it, but it's horrible. It's bad.
Just how heinous Dan Harmon's mind can go.
Hi, I'm Dan Harmon. You're about to watch my controversial new pilot, Daryl. Now, I have to warn you, I originally made it with Showtime for their audience because it's a little groundbreaking for normal people to handle. But maybe you'll surprise me. Good luck.
See, I think this is part of what people are attaching onto. Maybe you'll surprise me. This is a little groundbreaking.
I'm sorry. I think that this is more like the... I have a feeling you're going to find out this is more like that running aristocrats thing. Like, how over the top inappropriate can you get? How far can you take humor?
For normal people to handle.
But I don't think it was ever intended for big audiences. I strongly suspect that it was created and intended for a very small circle of friends, one of which turned out to not be such a great friend.
I'd say the concept probably makes most people uncomfortable, but let's see what you got, Dan.
No, Admiral, thank you.
All right, it's bedtime.
Thank you for being such a good patient.
Sleep tight, okay?
For taking all the sleeping pills I prescribed to you. So that later tonight, when I'm crawling in your window, I can count on you to sleep like a baby. Well, I do everything but...
Yeah, okay, that's a good stop. That's where I was... I'm going to fast forward over a little bit because, yeah.
I think there's a lot of people attaching, they're using this, but it's for the children. Think of the kids. Think of the kids.
Why are we thinking of the kids? I don't get it.
As a vehicle to smear somebody they see as a political opponent. That's my opinion. It's also my opinion that you live by the sword and you die by the sword, and that if you choose to take part...
Yeah, he started off this video basically talking about how he was a little bit conflicted. He doesn't necessarily think that some people are calling it the RedLash. RedLash is where conservatives are looking through everybody's Twitter accounts. Where they're doing to you what you were doing to some of their people, and now they're finding stuff and they're exposing people and they're taking people down. The Me Too's and all that stuff. You're sexually, you're a homophobe, you're a pedophile, you're whatever, all the terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, being a pedophile is truly terrible, but the word pedophile is going to be applied to a lot of people who are not pedophiles at all. I don't think Dan Harmon is a pedophile either. I strongly suspect that what this is Dan Harmon is probably I reserve judgment. I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks. So noted, so given. So that's just in case, because there could be more information that comes out that's like, this is like even more horrible than I thought. But my initial thought is this is, and I would say at this point, for people like calling for this guy to be fired, like, no, we need to know more information about this. We need to know context. Context is important. I'm not saying that no matter what, that this guy gets off with a, hey, buddy, everything's cool. But I mean, context would be, was this, like I said, one of those aristocrats kind of inner jokes amongst comedians, and this was something that was created to circulate among comedians? They're like, oh no, he did it. Oh yeah. It's like, like shock and awe among buddies, because man, shock and awe among buddies is a real thing, man. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm just going to say shock and awe among buddies is a real thing, and we all know it. And we just hope and pray that our shock and awe among buddies moments, whether we were the ones that were shocking or awing, either way, we don't want to be part of any kind of that virality, whether we are the giver or the taker of the shock and or the awe. So anyway, I hope he doesn't get fired unless you find out that there's more to it, that this isn't just what I say. If there is something more to this other than just this is that shock and awe kind of the aristocrats kind of thing, then if that's all there is, then I hope the guy doesn't lose his job. And this whole going through everybody's lives and finding everything we can to try to destroy one another, it's not going to take us to a good place. It's going to get to a point where you're going to be like, in certain stores, some stores you won't see anything, but some stores you're going to see like little flags out or something that kind of lets you know, this is a progressive friendly store. This is a conservative friendly store. So if you come into this store and you happen to be a progressive and you're coming into a conservative store, you might not be welcome there anymore. And vice versa. Like people are going to start to divide their lives. They're going to start to like not want their kids to go to the same classes, and yeah, it's not going to be good. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. At any rate, there you go. Rick and Morty, dude. Please don't go. Baby, please don't go.